The Task Force on Climate-Related Financial Disclosures was formed by the Financial Stability Board on recommendation and suggestion of the G20 post the Paris COP21 conference in December 2015. The basic remit is for this industry-led task force is essentially to look at the voluntary disclosure guideline relating to climate change and encouraging companies to think about climate change as part of the strategy, an integral part of the risk management process, and shape up the future of these organizations to make it more sustainable and valuable for a very long period of time. The TCFD is a global task force, and it's got participants from across the world, and it is something that is gaining a lot of momentum. We have completed the phase 1 reporting, which has been welcomed by the Financial Stability Board. The FSB will report back to G20 in due course of time. We are working currently on the phase 2 of the report, which will cover all sector recommendations and will also look at sector-specific recommendations. And it is important that all of us as citizens become stakeholders in this process, because it is about our future. It is about the future of the next generation and the generations thereafter, to make the world a better, cleaner, and a safer place to live in. So it's not about only a company engaging on the subject and making disclosures. It's about every citizen and every stakeholder thinking about how do we decarbonize the world, how do we make it more cleaner and greener. And we need to follow it in our own lives. We need to be the advocates for our communities, and we need to ensure that as part of a business enterprise, we shape up the strategy for a risk mitigated world for the future. Climate change is a real threat. It's not a threat of the long term. Some of it is already manifesting and playing out at this point of time, and therefore it's important that we all come together voluntarily and take steps to mitigate the negative impacts of climate change and make this world a better world for the future. The negative or the adverse impacts of climate change will affect all of us, and therefore the youth of today, the new generations of today, needs to also think about the impact of carbon footprint in our daily lives. And it is not only important to look at employment or connect with society on a standalone basis, but to look at what can we do from a shared goodness perspective to reduce our carbon footprint in our daily lives, and how do we influence positively people around us. And I think it is important for the youth to be more conscious about the impact of a more carbonized world, and look at influencing positively by taking steps, small steps, whether it is transport, whether you want to share transport with somebody else to go to your college, office, or school, whether it is through use of paper and various other initiatives. Small steps can help make this world a better place to live in.